Hello friends, welcome to Aditya Higher Mathematics. Solution of all types of mathematics questions using only shortcut methods for all entrance and competitive examinations. In this video, I will say a process to find the inverse of a matrix using elementary row operations. Actually, this elementary row operation is important concept in matrices. So now we will discuss the topic. And here I am going to discuss about only inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix using elementary operations. And I will say one easy procedure. Actually in some books you will get different process. But here I will say unique process, and using this process you can solve one question with minimum time as comparison to other methods. So for solution of problems, watch my full video. I will say some rules about elementary operations. You note these all rules. Rule 1. Two rows can be interchanged, and this is the notation of interchange, double arrow mark. That means if there is a square matrix, since we are discussing about 2 cross 2 matrix, that means R1 and R2 can be interchanged in elementary operation. That means if A is one matrix 3, 1, 2, minus 1, then we can interchange R1 and R2 like this. 3, 1 now in second row and 2 minus 1 in first row. So this is rule 1. Next, rule 2. The multiplication of the elements of any row by a non-zero number. That means we can multiply a non-zero number to the elements of a row. For example, if Ri is one row, then that changing symbol we are using that single arrow mark. Interchanging, we are using double arrow mark. Okay. How you are changing Ri? We are multiplying just one k, where k must be non-zero. That means if A is one matrix given, and we are applying R2 changes to 3R2. So you multiply the elements of R2 by 3. 3 multiplication 3 9, and it is minus 6. So this is about rule 2. You can multiply any constant which is non-zero. Next, third rule. The addition to the elements of any row, the corresponding elements of any other row multiplied by any non-zero number. That means we can add one row with other row by multiplying some non-zero constants. Okay? For example, if Ri is any row and we are going to add this row with other row by multiplying some constant, that means that first row what Ri I am taking is same, you have to write, and for other row you have to multiply some constant, and we can add both, and you can easily understand the rule if I will solve this problem. 1 minus 3 minus 2 4 given, then what I am using or applying here, R1 changes to R1 plus 4R2. That means compare this. I we are taking 1, and that k value I am taking just 4. It must be non-zero, and j I am taking 2. So I am changing R1 to R1 plus 4R2. Okay, that means if any row given, from that row you can add other row with multiplication of some non-zero constants to the other row. So here we are changing only R1. That means that R2 minus 2 4 you have to write same what it was before. But you have to change R1 by using this rule, or R1 plus 4 2. And for that you have to use the corresponding elements of R1 and R2. When you are evaluating that first element, A11 place element, you have to use R1 means 1, and for R2 case you have to use its corresponding element in second row, that is minus 2. So 1 plus 4 multiplication minus 2, we will get 1 minus 8, which is minus 7. Similarly, for the case minus 3, R1 you have to use minus 3, and R2 you have to use 4, and you have to use this R1 plus 4R2. That means minus 3 plus 16, 16 minus 3 is 30. So this is the way to apply rule 3. And also note that here only we are multiplying one constant with second row. Also you can multiply one non-zero constant with first row, and you can use both. That means this is the combination of rule 2 and rule 3. Here in rule 3 I am saying only to multiply constant with second row, what you are using in second part. But also you can multiply one non-zero constant with first row and you can add other row with multiplying another constant. This is also possible. Then there are some remarks what you cannot do in elementary row operation. The addition to the elements of any row with a number is not possible. That means in rule 3 I am saying addition of two rows is possible, or addition of one row with other row with some multiplication of non-zero number is possible, but addition of one row with a non-zero number is not possible. For example, Ri tends to Ri plus k is not possible. Okay, Ri plus k multiplication in a row possible, but addition of one row with some constant is not possible. That means here R1 plus 4 R2 is possible, but R1 plus 4 is not possible. So this is the first remark. And next the second one. The multiplication of corresponding elements of two rows is not possible. That means we can add two rows and we can subtract two rows, but you cannot multiply corresponding elements of two rows. But you can multiply a constant with a row, that non-zero constant, but you cannot multiply two rows. You try to understand. In first remark I am saying you can add two rows, you can subtract two rows, but you cannot add one row with a number. In second remark, you can multiply a constant with a row, but you cannot multiply two rows. So these are the some rules about elementary row operations. Now we will discuss what is the procedure first to find out inverse of a matrix using elementary row operations. Next we will solve some questions. If A is a matrix such that A inverse exists, and also note that inverse of only square matrices exists, and out of this square matrix there are some matrices whose inverse may or may not be exist. In remark I will say what is this case, but here I am assuming that A inverse exists. Then to find A inverse using elementary operations, write A equal to IA, because we know that I multiplication any matrix is we will get A only. So we can write A equal to IA, and we apply sequence of row operations on A equal to IA. Then we have to use some elementary row operations on this equation till we get I equal to BA. That means when we will apply elementary row operations, that left side and right side matrix will be changed. And note that left side you have to apply that matrix A, but right side you have to apply only matrix I, not A matrix. You observe that here A matrix and last A matrix is same, but which is changing? Left side A is changing to I and right side I is changing to B. That means whatever elementary row operation we will apply, only left side matrix A and right side matrix I. And your aim to change that matrix A to I matrix, then when you are changing A to I, then that I matrix obviously will change. And that changing matrix I am taking B. And what matrix B we will get, this is the inverse of A. So you have to take A equal to IA first. Then you have to apply elementary row operations to left side and right side. Left side you have to apply only matrix A and right side we will apply to the matrix I. And that I matrix will be changed to another matrix B. The changed matrix is the inverse. If I solve some problems, then easily you can understand. And I means note that here we are taking only 2 by 2 matrix, so it is the identity matrix of order 2, 1, 0, 0, 1. Remark, in case after applying one or more elementary row operations on A equal to IA, if we obtain all zeros in one or more rows of the matrix A on left hand side, then A inverse does not exist. This is the condition where A inverse does not exist. That means when we are applying that elementary row operations in a matrix equation A equal to IA, if you are getting on the left hand side matrix A some rows 0 That means all the elements of the row is 0 after applying elementary operations. Then the conclusion is a inverse does not exist. I will solve also such type of one question. So watch full video to clear your concept. Now we will solve some questions using elementary row operations. Here using elementary row operations, you have to find the matrix of one matrix. Inverse of 4, 5, 3, 4 given. It is a 2 by 2 matrix. So whatever question given, you take it as a matrix A. Then I told you have to apply A equal to IA for elementary row operation. So we have taking A equal to IA. Now I told here also that A matrix and right side I matrix only you have to change, but final what is at end given A matrix you have to write same thing. So you see that A matrix I am writing A only, and in place of A I am using the value of A matrix, and I am using the value of identity matrix. So now your aim to change the left hand matrix to identity matrix, then automatically that I matrix will be changed. Then how to change I? First you have to make all zeros, and finally you have to make all ones. So first observe in which place the elements are 0. If we will start from column 1, you can see from beginning I am starting. In R2 1 0 given, and in second case R1 given. So first we have to change R2, and I told also the rules for elementary row operations. So first we will change the element R2. Here it is 3. You have to change this 3 element to 0, because on right side identity matrix that element is 0. Then second step you have to change the R1 element is 0, which is in A12 position. So you start from R2 first, because here R2 is 0 if you start from beginning. Then listen how to change or how to make 0. This is the important point. When you are writing R2, you write R2 first, then second write R1, the remaining one. When you are changing R2, you have to write R2 in first, in second the remaining one is R1. Then point is, we are trying to make this element 0, because it is 0 in identity matrix, and we are going to change this matrix twice. So first you have to make all zeros. Since all zeros you are making, you have to make this element first 0. And after writing R2 R1, you observe what is the element in R1. That element in R1 is 4, and that 4 element you have to write in R2 as a coefficient. Okay, once again I am repeating this. What is the element in R1 you have to take as a coefficient of R2. Then what is the element in R2 you have to take as a coefficient of R1. And also note that if there is a negative sign, we no need to take the negative sign. We have to take only the numbers. If minus 4 given, but we have to take only 4. So you remember this. When you are using this, if it is negative sign given, then we don't take the negative sign. We will take only the number what is given. But here it is negative sign not given, but in next question I will solve some questions with negative signs. So understood the procedure. When you are changing R2, you have to write first R2, and second you have to write R1. And that R1 element you have to write as a coefficient of R2, and R2 element you have to write as a coefficient of R1. And when you are changing R2, because it is 0, its corresponding element in R1 only you have to use. And also the last point is, if both have same sign, here I am discussing about signs, because before I have not discussed anything about sign. If both have same sign, you have to take minus. So only the coefficients you have to take numbers, not signs. And after taking coefficients, if both have same sign given, because it is positive and second is also positive, we have to use middle sign is minus. So now we are changing R2 by using 4R2 minus 3R1. Then only we can get it is 0, because 4 into 3 is 12 and 3 into 4 is 12. If we subtract, then it is 0. but we are not changing R1. So R1 is 3, 4. R1 is 4, 5. R1 write 4, 5. And right side I told only you have to change that identity matrix. R1 is 1, 0, so 1, 0 writing same thing. Now apply R2. 4, first we will evaluate this element. 4 multiplication 3, 12. Minus 3 into its corresponding element is 4. 3 into 4 is 12. 12 minus 12, 0. So when evaluating this, R2 you have to take 3 and R1 you have to take 4, its corresponding element, and evaluate this. Next, how to get 1? 4 multiplication R2. R2 element is 4. 4 into 4, 16. 3 into R1, what is its corresponding element? 5. So 16 minus 15 is 1. Similarly here also, 4, 0. 0 minus 3 into 1. So 0 minus 3 is minus 3. It's 4 into 1, 4 minus 3 into 0. So 4. So we got 0 because I told you have to make I matrix or identity matrix. In identity matrix, R2 first element is 0. So first I am changing R2. Now after changed R2, you have to observe how to change R1 element 0. Okay. Next element R1 is 0. So you have to use same thing. When you are changing R1, first write R1, then write the R2. Now observe the coefficients. And when you are changing this, you have to look the previous matrix, not that matrix. Okay. What is the previous matrix? Only we have to use. And we are going to make this element 0. Okay. Since it is 5 in R1, we have to write this number in R2 coefficient. I told R1 coefficient element you have to write R2 coefficient, and R1 element you have to write in coefficient of R2. Then what is its corresponding R2 element, which is 1? That 1 we will write in R1. Either actually it is 1, but 1 into R1 is R1 only, so I am writing R1. Once again I am repeating this. We are changing R1 this element 0, because in identity matrix this matrix is 0, this element is 0. And to change this element, first I am writing R1, then I am writing R2. Since it is 5 and actually it is an element of R1, you have to take this in R2 coefficient. Because when you are getting 0, you have to multiply in opposite coefficient. Then only you can get 0. Just like system of linear equation you are solving. When first equation x coefficient is 3 and second equation coefficient is 2. How you are solving? That means second coefficient 2 you are multiplying in first equation to get 6, and that first equation coefficient you are multiplying in second equation, then you are subtracting. Like this only you are doing here, nothing else. How you are solving the system of equation? By multiplying its alternative coefficients and you are subtracting. Same thing only we are doing here. Now evaluate this, and both have same sign. Since it is same sign, you have to use that minus. If opposite sign, then you have to use plus. So we are changing only R1. When we are changing R1, that R2 we have to write same thing. R2 is 0, 1, and right side it is minus 3, 4. So now change R1. First you have to evaluate this element. This element is 1 into R1, 1 into 4, 4 minus its 5 corresponding element is 0. So we are getting 0. Sorry, we are getting 4 because 1 into 4 is 4. Now since we are making this element 0, you have to get this element 0 because R1 is 5. Minus 5 into 1. 5 minus 5 is 0. Now evaluate this using R1 minus 5. R1 element is 1. But R2 element is minus 3. Minus 5 minus 3 is plus 15. 1 plus 15, 16. Now similarly, 0, R1 is 0, minus 5 into 4, minus 20. Now observe that which elements are 0 in identity matrix, the same elements we got 0 in that left hand side matrix. So in 2 steps we are getting 2 zeros. Next aim to make 1. And to making 1 is nothing difficult. only you have to multiply 1 by which number given. You see it is 4 given. So you have to multiply R1 multiplication 1 by 4 1 because I told this rule. This rule here I have already explained. The multiplication of the elements by any row O, you can non-zero constant multiply. That rule I am applying here. Since it is 4, to make it 1, you have to multiply 1 by 4 R1. You don't write R1 by 4 because we can multiply a non-zero constant. That non-zero constant is 1 by 4. But it is already 1, so no need to multiply anything by R2. But if it is something other given, for example 2, 3, you have to multiply by 1 by 2 or 1 by 3. But it is 1, so no need to multiply. Since you are multiplying 1 by 4 to R1, that right side matrix also you have to multiply 1 by 4. So it is 16 by 4 is 4, minus 20 by 4 is minus 5. That means total R1 we are multiplying by 1 by 4. But R2 you see it is not changing. And I told when you will get this matrix is I, here you will get some matrix. That matrix is inverse. And that matrix B we got here like this, 4 minus 5 minus 3, 4. So this is the inverse. So this is the procedure. You can get that inverse using only 2 steps. Making 1 step is not difficult, only making 0 you have to understand like this, you have to follow. And here I am solving one question. Also I am solving another 2 questions in this video. But you remember one thing. If you have not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe my channel to watch 3 cross 3 matrix inverse using elementary row operation. Next I will upload how to find inverse of 3 cross 3 matrix using elementary row operation with using tricks. And also like, comment, share my channel. Next we will discuss second question. Using elementary operation, find the inverse of matrix, and here minus sign is given, and also one element is 0 given. Now you have to apply A equal to IA. Similar process, left side matrix A, put that matrix A, and right side put the matrix I. You observe here we need 0 element R2 and we need element R1 0. This place, and here already 1 0 is given in R1, but we need this 0 in this place where it is 2. If we can interchange R1 and R2, then that 0 will come to where we need. So I am interchanging. If 1 0 is given, you can interchange to make R2 0 where you need. Since we need here element 0, if you interchange, then 2, 3 will go to first row and 0 minus 1 will come to second row. And similarly, you interchange here also, 0, 1 first row, 1, 0. So if 1, 0 given, you can interchange, but in that previous question, all are non-zero given, so we have used some operations. Next, we made this element 0. Next, target to make this element 0. This element means it is R1. So write R1 and here write R1. Next write R2. Okay. Next I told you have to take only the numbers, not signs. One positive, negative sign given, but we no need to take sign. Only the numbers. That 3 in R1 you have to take in R2 as a coefficient. The number is R1. Once again I am repeating. No need to take minus sign. Only you take the number 1 in the coefficient of R1. I am not writing 1, but it is 1 into R1 is R1 only. Next we will discuss about sign. One is positive sign, one is negative sign. That means opposite sign. So sign is plus you have to take. Understood? So for that case, when positive negative numbers given, no need to take negative sign. Only you have to take the numbers what is given. 3 I am taking, here I am taking only 1. And for signs I am taking this. Opposite sign means plus. Now use this. Here we are changing only R1. So R2 you have to write same thing. That R2 is 0 minus 1. and right side it is 1 0, so write same thing. Now change R1. R1 we are using R1 plus 3 R2. So R1 to evaluate this element use 2 and R2 use 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. Okay. Now we have to change this element. R1 is 3 and R2 element is minus 1. So 3 plus 3 into minus 1. 3 plus minus 1 is 0. So you got this 0. Since you are making this element 0, obviously you will get 0. And since both have plus or minus sign, you have to take plus only, otherwise you cannot get 0. Similarly, evaluate this. R1 is 0, so 0 plus 3 into 1. 0 plus 3 is 3. Next, 1 plus 3 into 0 is 1 only. When you are evaluating an element, R1 you have to take that element, and R2 you have to take its corresponding R2 element. And you use this. Simple. So now we got all zeros where we need. Next we have to make 1. I told making 1 is not difficult. Whatever numbers are coming, that same number you have to multiply by 1 by that number. So R1 we are getting 2. So 1 by 2 into R1. And R2 we are getting minus 1. So R2 changing to 1 minus 1 R2. Actually in different textbooks you will get they are making 1 first. Then they are making 0. Then what difficult you are feeling or difficult you are facing, then you are getting some fractions. Since first you are making 1, so obviously we will multiply some fractions, then we will fractions. But here we are not getting any fraction. Then we can easily do that addition subtraction here, and here we will take some less time as comparison to that method. So it is a unique type of method for elementary row operation to find out inverse, because we are not getting any fractions in our entire process. And the difference is in textbooks they are first making 1, then they are making 0, but I am first making 0, then I am making 1. And here only 2 steps you are required to find out the inverse, but then you will take some other steps. So now multiply R1 by 1 by 2. So 2 by 2 is 1, 3 by 2, 1 by 2. Now R2 by minus 1. So 0, 0, minus 1 is 1, minus 1. Now observe that it is identity matrix. So what right side we got, this is nothing else, this is A inverse only. So if something 0 given, you can interchange. If you need R2 element 0, but at that time R1 is 0 given, then we can interchange what we have done. But in that previous question, it was not like this. We have done some other process. Now I am solving another question. And this is the case where A inverse does not exist. So watch until last. Don't think you have to learn 2 questions means you got all concepts. In third question it is completely different. I told the case where A inverse does not exist, and I am going to explain that does not exist case here. Using elementary row operations, find the inverse of matrix given 2 1 4 2. Same thing only, write A equal to IA. Then put A matrix and put I matrix. Now we have to do R2 element 0 first, this place. So write R2, then write R2, then write R1. When you are changing R2, first you have to write R2, then write R1. Now R2 coefficient is, R2 element is 4, you have to write in R1 coefficient, and R1 coefficient is 2, you have to write in R2. But I am not writing 2, 4, but I am writing 1, 2. Why it is? If the numbers are divides each other, then you can take its ratio. Then it is easy to evaluate or easy to calculate. 4 by 2 ratio is 2 by 1. 4 to ratio is 2 is to 1. That means instead of 4 you have to put 2. Instead of 2 you have to put 1. So 4 is the element of R2. So you have to use 4 in R1 coefficient. So 4 you are getting 2 as a ratio. So I am using 2. Because when you are finding 2, it is easy to calculate. Understood? And that 2 in R2, in R1, you have to use this in R2, and we are getting 1. Its value. So I am putting 1. Understood? So instead of 2, 4, I am using 1, 2. And also note that if it is 50, 100 given, then can you use 50 100 to calculate? Obviously it will take more time, but instead of 50 100 you can find its ratio, you will get 1 2. So instead of 50 you have to use 1, instead of 100 you have to use 2. So this one also I am explaining in this question. If it is possible if both numbers divides. Understood? For example 15 10 given, then you can find its ratio. It is 3 by 2. So 15 you have to use 3 and 10 you have to use 2. Then its calculation is easy. So now we will apply this in R2. But R1 we have to write same thing. 2 1 1 0 only. Now apply. R2 changes to 4 minus 2 into its corresponding element 2. 4 minus 2 into 2, 4 is 0. Then R2 is 2, R1 is 1. 2 minus 2 into 1, 2, 0. Here R2 element is 0 and 2 minus 1, 0 minus 2 is minus 2. Understood how do we got this? Next R2 element is 1 and R1 is 0. So 1 minus 2. Now what is the conclusion? You observe that here one row entirely coming 0. That means all the elements in a 0. I told that method when all zeros coming in a row, one or more rows, but we are getting one row, then A inverse does not exist. So we have all zeros in the second row of the left hand side matrix of the above equation, therefore A inverse does not exist. So this is the case where A inverse does not exist. And in second question we have solved if zeros coming you can interchange. And first question we have solved how to apply elementary row operations. So these three questions have three different types of procedures we have followed. But in all questions you have got different knowledge. And its comparison to textbook I am following in a different way. Because in textbooks it is given like first they are making 1, then they are making 0. But it is coming difficulty. Why? Because you are getting fractions. And it is always difficult to addition and subtraction of fractions as comparison to addition and subtraction of the normal integers. But both are correct. And also note that when you are getting A inverse, how to feel your answer is correct or wrong? You just multiply that A matrix and A inverse matrix, what is given in question, what you got as answer. If both multiplication you will get identity matrix, then answer is correct. Understood how to verify your answer? What is the question given and what A inverse you got? Multiply both. If you are getting identity matrix, then your answer is correct. Otherwise, you have done something wrong. So this is the way to check your answer. And for 3 by 3 inverse of a matrix using elementary row operations, please subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed. Also press bell button to get notifications, like, comment and share. And also I gave one link in my description. You can watch this link. How to use shortcut method in matrix equation questions. If some unknowns you have to find out. And how to multiply two matrices, because you need to multiply two matrices to get I. Also I have given in my link how to multiply two matrices, and in that video also I have explained and I told what are the books for JEE and CBSE examinations for +2 students. So thank you friends, take care.